Hi guys, it's Paul from It's Just Cricket, and I wanted to do a quick update video for you of the Ton Power Blaster bat, which is a personal favourite of mine. I've got to admit, I really like this bat. I reviewed it last year, and you may remember I raved about it, and I only really had one criticism, and that was, at the time, it was only available in the classic grade. No higher grade options, that classic being grade 3 English Willow. But now, I'm pleased to say, for 2017, they have added a second grade, the Players grade, as you can see here, these two. We still have the classic, these two here, and the one I'm carrying in its back cover, which I'll get out shortly, is also a classic. So that hasn't changed. But yeah, they've added a grade 2 English Willow option, the Players. Still no grade 1 or grade 1 plus offering yet, but it's nice that they've doubled the amount of Power Blasters in just 1 year, and who knows, maybe they're even listening to what I said in that video and heeding my suggestion, which is nice to see. It's also interesting that the addition of the Players bat has actually meant that the Classic has gone down in price for 2017, despite being the same grade and otherwise exactly the same. I'll talk a bit more about the prices shortly. All I'll say is for now, this is effectively a bumper edition of cricket bats under £200, because both grades of bat are under £200. Incredible value from Ton. But yeah, like I said, I've got this one, full length bat cover included, for free with either grade, any Ton bat in fact, which is a really nice touch from them. You don't see that level of generosity across many brands. It's not padded, the back cover, but you know, full length with the carry strap, can't really complain. So yeah, this is probably my favourite of the lot. It's the one that we've selected for display here in our Platinum Lounge, the only one of the 5 incidentally. We are very picky with the bats that end up being displayed in here. But yeah, I just love it. 7 grains, clean, no heartwood, but you do get a few blemishes. Of course, this is a grade 3 bat. Later on, when I do the mallet test, I'm going to tap it in that blemish and invite you guys to decide for yourself if you think that affects the performance or not. My personal belief is that it doesn't really, but I can see how something like that, quite close to the middle of the bat, might concern a few of you. Anyway, the shape hasn't changed, the stickers haven't changed. I love the stickers. You know, if it ain't broke, why fix it? With the stunning gold and blue, the embossing as well, the attention to detail. Something that has changed is the grip. They've now got this V-style grip, unlike the ripples they were using before. It's still got the same colouring with the blue and gold, of course, to match the stickers, and it's got this Ton embossing in the branding, I should say, into the top of the handle to prove the levels of attention to detail they go to. It's really impressive. I do like that. So yeah, the grip, actually I prefer this to the ripple. It's a lovely soft feel on the hands. I do really like it. I think you might be seeing this designer grip on more bats. No Kookaburra used it recently in the blade. But yeah, Ton are doing it across all their ranges incidentally. But yeah, the shape exactly the same, and it is such a cool shape. I love this. Such a good bat if you're playing on slow pitches or if you're a big front foot aggressive player. You know, you're getting a very low middle, one of the lowest on the market currently. You're getting an offset edge, so the thickest part of the edge is not in line with the swell, which elongates the sweet spot a bit. Those edges are very thick. They're either 38 or 39 millimeters on all 5 of these bats. This one, I believe it's about 38.5. And the toe is, whilst it's quite thin on the side, sort of 17-18 millimeters usually, very thick in the middle because the spine runs all the way down through it there, as you can see. So there's an awful lot of wood down low. Despite that, they still managed to somehow pick up quite well. It is incredible. I think that offset edge definitely helps the pickup as well. Helps you sort of, for the weight distribution of the bat, is spread out that little bit more. But you know, these bats all feel, you know, certainly no heavier than they are. Some of them sort of feel their weight, maybe only about ½ an ounce lighter. It's not the lightest pickup in the world for sure, but they're pretty balanced considering. They really are. They feel quite nice. They are very bowed, which of course helps that pickup, as you can see, especially in the middle. That bows quite dramatically. The concaving I haven't shown you. There's a bit of concaving there, not masses, but obviously they've got to keep the weight down somehow. These bats are all either 2.8 or 2.9. You know, so they're all lightweight bats, but they're all very big. You know, so the only way you can really get the weight down is by doing a little bit of concaving, but there's not that much, and there's a very high spine as well. Like I say, so 64 to 65 millimeters on these bats. So you know, you're still getting a lot of wood off centre if you don't quite find the middle. I'll do a mallet test, starting obviously with the mallet, and then bounce the ball in it. As always, we'll work away from the toes to the base of the stickers, and then, like I said, I'll give it a tap in that blemish directly. So right on the blemish, I'll literally just focus on that now. I won't try and hit it too hard. Now remember, that is away from the sweet spot. It's fairly high up. If it was a high middle bat, the middle would be about there, but it's not here. But it's the kind of thing, it's marginal, it really is. It does feel very slightly tinny. So I think blemishes don't really affect the performance that much in my experience. Some can more than others, but this particular, if it's away from the playing area, obviously it's not a big deal. This one, as it happens, is, you know, not quite in the middle for sure, but I don't think that really makes a difference personally. I mean, it's still quite responsive there. Anyway, I'll bounce the ball on it, and you know, we'll see now exactly what we're talking about really. Up high, around where that blemish is. Down low. As you'd expect, it's very, very good down low. So yeah, it's obviously better down low than it is up high. There's no two ways about it. It's better for a front foot player than a back foot player, but there's still enough up there. It's still responding pretty well, to be honest. So it's not like if you're playing a pull or a cut or something that you're going to have nothing there and it's not going to give you value. It still will. It is a very long middle for sure. So I touched on price earlier. I'm going to bring it up again in more detail. The Classic's gone down in price, so it's amazing value now. This we're selling for just $134.99, and the Players Bat we're selling for $199.99. Now it's interesting because the players in the other bats that we have, for example the Platinum and the Vision, are priced a fair bit higher despite being the same grade. Likewise with the Classic of those bats. The Power Blaster almost isn't in line with the rest of the ton range. You're getting a low price bat for the same quality wood, and that's curious to me. I don't quite know why that is, but you know, you're benefiting if you prefer the Power Blaster for sure. So no grade 1 offering, like I say. It'd be nice to see that possibly for next year if it continues to be very popular as it has been so far, and justifiably so in my opinion. Then we'll probably see a grade 1 for next year, I would imagine. But obviously that remains to be seen right now. But the good news is that for at least a year we're going to have 2 grades available of the Power Blaster bat. It's to me an almost a unique shape, because there's nothing really, at least not that I'm aware of on the market, quite like this at the moment. Like I say, for me it's comfortably the lowest middle. And like I say, a lot of you wanting the low middles. What a great option, great value for money. Of course these bats are all made out in India, but I don't think that makes them inferior at all. It just means that the manufacturing costs are lower really, so you're saving in the end. And Ton are a great value brand. Like I say, if you're on a budget, perhaps you need a backup bat or a net bat to preserve your main match bat, or you're batting down the order or only playing occasionally, Ton is a brand that you should give serious attention to, and the Power Blast in particular. The quality you're getting for the price, in my opinion, looking through all those bats at Ton, when Amos and myself handpicked them, I was probably more impressed with the Power Blaster than anyone, to be fair, in terms of mallet response at least. They're not stunning. You're not getting any grade 1 bats here. You're getting 7 or 8 grains usually, a few little blemishes like I've shown. You don't expect them to be stunning, but do expect them to perform stunningly well. So thanks a lot for watching guys, and I'll see you soon.